Hey everyone, I'm Lindy.
And I'm Russell.
From Love, Create, Celebrate, where we share all of our DIY and home renovation videos.
And today we're excited to share with you one of the cool features we added to our new ensuite.
So we're talking about our wood ceiling in the shower today. Very controversial build, because honestly I wasn't even sure if it was going to work or if it was going to be fully waterproof, if it was going to last.
I wasn't worried about it.
So if you're thinking about adding wood to your bathroom like we did in our shower, definitely stay tuned for this video. We're going to show you all the steps we took and everything we did to waterproof it and keep it safe for the bathroom.
When I was looking for inspiration for this bathroom design, I came across a couple photos that had wooden slats on the ceiling, and I just fell in love with that idea. In this space that was going to have a ton of white tile, I thought the wood ceiling would add a lot of warmth, and it would help to elongate the shower and make it look bigger. For this project, we were making a small bathroom out of a corner of our bedroom. Here's what the space looked like once we got drywall up on the walls before we showered and put the wood ceiling up.
Okay, so now that you guys know why design-wise we wanted to do a wood ceiling, here are some of the reasons that we were pretty sure we could make it work in this space.
So I think the first reason is that there's wood everywhere, outdoors, on boats. It can exist outside in a moisture, and it's successful in that.
And we've seen loads of bathrooms with wood in them that have stood the test of time. So even though we know there's a lot of questions around humidity and moisture in spaces like bathrooms, we've definitely seen it done before and knew it could be done.
And there's some specialty woods that do really well in wet conditions. So there's teak. Teak is very common on boats. Cedar, and you see cedar for patios very commonly, and like sauna rooms. The issue is that cedar has a look that we weren't going for, and teak is very expensive.
So even though we could use those, we didn't in those videos, but if you're gonna do a bathroom and you wanna play it safer than us, you definitely could.
Yeah.
Another reason we thought it would be okay is because this bathroom actually has really high ceilings. So I think the shower ceiling sits at 8.5 feet.
Yep.
And that just gives a lot of space. Our rain can comes down 18 inches from that, and it just gives a lot of space for moisture and any splashing upwards and stuff. So we don't really see the ceiling get very wet, but that was part of our plan, and we knew that we would have a good amount of space there, and that would probably help the ceiling be successful.
We also have really good ventilation in this bathroom. I ran a 4-inch duct and a high CFM fan. It can actually defog the mirror while we're in the shower, and it turns itself off because it's auto on and off. So when you get out of the shower, there's hardly any moisture on anything. So
we did some planning and knew that we would have that in place as well. Another thing is that we know that there are lots of really good heavy-duty varnishes. Specifically, there's marine ones and outdoor ones, so we will show you what we use, but those are good options if you want to put wood in a bathroom.
Technology in regards to DIY and home materials has come a long way. This isn't your grandpa and grandma's bedroom from the 50s, 60s, 70s. There's some really good paints, some really good varnishes that you can do things that we probably wouldn't have done 20, 30 years ago.
Yeah, for sure.
The other thing we knew we could do to kind of help the whole scenario was use a good high quality paint above the wood to help as a moisture block.
So using those tips, we'll show you everything we did to make this wood ceiling come together.
Teak and cedar are both really good options for shower ceilings like this. We chose to do our shower ceiling with 1/4-inch maple plywood. The reason we went with that one is because it was going to match the other wood tones in the room, including the floating shelves that we made. We did do a number of tests with stain and varnish before we cut any of the slats or put any of them up on the ceiling, because we wanted to make sure it would be water resistant for the space. Once we had a plan in place, we got to work cutting our maple plywood into 2-inch thick strips on the table saw. We tested a bunch of different stain options because we were really trying to get the right tone and color for the space. In the end, What we ended up doing was putting one layer of briar smoke and one layer of Tuscany. So we kind of mixed two different stains, but it gave us the look we want with just a little hint of that reddish color. Once we knew the stains we wanted, we got to work staining all of the boards for the ceiling. The next step is probably the most important of this process, and it's making sure that the boards are really well varnished and protected. I did look into getting a tough marine varnish, like the type that they use on boats, because that would definitely withstand shower moisture. I couldn't find that here, so instead what we ended up using was Helmsman urethane, which is rain and moisture resistant, and did a really good job of protecting the wood. We did multiple coats of this urethane, paying special attention to all of the edges of the wood where it's more porous to make sure that everything was really well protected. Once everything was dry, I also tested the wood under tap water with direct water running on the fronts and the sides, just to make sure that it was going to really be moisture resistant. Before we installed the boards on the ceiling, we used the black exterior paint to paint that surface. We did this because we didn't want you to see any white through the slats, and we wanted the ceiling to also be really well protected from any moisture or water in case stuff was splashing up in the shower. We started our installation with the center board so that it would line up perfectly with the shower head on the ceiling. To install the boards on the ceiling, we used construction adhesive and a pin nailer. When you use the pin nailer, it will leave little tiny holes in your wood. If you want, you can use a wax crayon that's similar to the color of your stain to just fill in any of those holes. And we actually found that just using our kids' crayons was the quickest and easiest way to do it. We used a paint edger between the boards, which was about 1/16 of an inch thick, and that helped us create a consistent gap across the ceiling. Also, if you do make any cuts to your boards, make sure to seal them properly afterwards again. For your final boards on each edge, you might have to do a custom cut. Just make sure to take multiple measurements so that you get a good fit on each side. Here's what our wood shower ceiling looks like, and we are beyond happy with this design. We've been using the shower for a few months already and we haven't had any issues. Ceiling still looks brand new and it looks amazing.
I hope you guys enjoyed that tutorial. If you have any questions about what we did, please let us know in the comments below. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss out on videos to help you love, create, and celebrate your homes. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, let us know in the comments, and as always, hit the bell so you don't miss out on future DIY and home renovation videos.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.